Welcome to Grindhouse Funhouse 31 Days of Horror. Tonight's spooky pick, Jacob's Ladder. After returning home from the Vietnam War, veteran Jacob Sr. struggles to maintain his sanity. Plagued by hallucinations and flashbacks, Sr. rapidly falls apart as the world and people around him morph and twist into disturbing images. His girlfriend Jezzie and his ex-wife Sarah try to help, but to little avail. Even Sr.'s chiropractor friend Louis fails to reach him as he descends into madness. When asked what movie creeped me out as a teen, Jacob's Ladder would always be my first answer. It's the kind of movie that sticks with you long after you see it. I first watched this movie when it was released in theater back in 1990. It's the first time a movie really messed me up. 33 years later, it's still as unnerving. All that visceral, horrific imagery still creeps into you, unsettles you. I saw it best described as a mix of horror, surrealism, and spiritualism. It's a flashback-heavy movie that's very disorienting. You never really know where you are in Jacob's story at any time, or if what's happening is real in the moment, or is it in his PTSD-addled brain from what he experienced in the war? All we seem to know is that it's connected to one fateful day in Vietnam. Besides all the disturbing hallucinations and paranoia he experiences, Jacob also deals with difficult memories from the past. He also starts to suspect that the army might have done something to him and the members of his platoon. This movie may sound bleak and oppressive, and it is. The story takes its time to slowly draw us into Jacob's increasingly weird and disturbing reality. Director Adrian Lyne paced this movie just right, not giving anything away too quickly. I love the fact that all the clout Adrian Lyne got from directing Fatal Attraction, this huge mega hit, he cashed all those chips into making a movie like Jacob's Ladder. I think that's pretty cool. Bruce Joel Rubin, who wrote the screenplay, also wrote this little movie you might have heard about called Ghost that same year, and even won an Oscar for it. So that was a pretty good year for Bruce. All the visuals we see in the movie were filmed in camera. Nothing else was added in post-production, which makes it all the more impressive. Two scenes that popped out for me. One, the subway scene. It feels quiet, almost serene at the Bergen Street station. No one's around. Jacob's trying to find a way out. He has to cross the tracks to reach an exit on the other side, as we suddenly see a train just barreling towards him. Jacob manages to get out of its way. As the train rides away, we catch glimpses of who's riding on this train. That reveal still gives me chills. The second one is the hospital scene. Strapped to a wonky gurney with a fucked up back, Jacob is unable to escape. It looks like he went through a portal straight to hell. The ending, which I won't spoil since I want you to discover this for yourself, was not as common as it is today, so it hit much harder back then. You can tell Tim Robbins was put through the ringer emotionally making this movie. He's phenomenal. This is like in his top 3 performances. You feel for him wanting to get answers to why is this happening to him. As for the rest of the cast, everyone crushes it. Aiello, Elizabeth Peña, even in smaller roles, be it Ving Rhames, Prue Taylor-Vince, Eric LaSalle, Matt Craven, and Jason Alexander. An uncredited Macaulay Culkin plays Jacob's son Gabe, who really looks like he could have come out of Tim Robbins' nutsack. Kudos to the casting director. If you like psychological horror, movies that makes you feel like you don't quite know what's happening, space and time is all over the place but somehow there's coherence through it all, feels like you're stuck in a fever dream that unsettles and weirds you out the whole time, Jacob's Ladder is the movie for you. Links to streaming or purchasing Jacob's Ladder are available in the description below. Let me know your thoughts on Jacob's Ladder and come back tomorrow for another 31 Days of Horror spooky pick.